What if some of the most powerful foods for fighting inflammation were already known thousands of years ago? Long before modern medicine existed, ancient civilizations relied on foods that nourished the body, supported healing, and helped people stay strong in challenging environments. Many of these foods were so valued that they were mentioned repeatedly throughout the Bible and became symbols of abundance, vitality, and blessing. What's fascinating is that modern science is now discovering something remarkable. Many of these biblical foods contain powerful compounds that help reduce chronic inflammation, protect cells from damage, and support long-term health. And here's the surprising part. One of the foods on today's list contains natural compounds so unique that researchers have compared its effects to some well-known anti-inflammatory mechanisms. Another may already be sitting in your kitchen right now, completely overlooked. Today we're exploring 7 biblical superfoods that fight inflammation naturally. We'll uncover their ancient history, the science behind their benefits, and simple ways you can start using them in your daily life. By the end of this video, you may look at some of the most ordinary foods in your pantry in a completely different way. And if you enjoy discovering the hidden wisdom behind ancient foods, natural health, and longevity, make sure to subscribe and join us for more videos like this. Now let's begin with a fruit that has been nourishing people for thousands of years. Number 1. The ancient fruit that heals from within. Most people think of figs as little more than a sweet fruit. But that perception couldn't be further from the truth. Throughout biblical times, figs were considered a symbol of prosperity, peace, and abundance. Entire communities depended on fig trees, not only for food, but for survival. A healthy fig tree was often viewed as a sign of blessing and stability. What ancient people couldn't explain scientifically was that figs contain an impressive combination of compounds that modern researchers now associate with reduced inflammation and improved health. Figs are rich in polyphenols, flavonoids, and antioxidants. These natural substances help neutralize free radicals, unstable molecules that contribute to chronic inflammation and cellular damage. They're also packed with dietary fiber. And this is where things get especially interesting. Scientists now know that the health of your gut plays a major role in regulating inflammation throughout the body. The beneficial bacteria living in your digestive system help influence everything from immune function to metabolic health. The fiber found in figs acts as a prebiotic, feeding these beneficial microbes and helping them thrive. When your gut bacteria are healthier, your body's inflammatory responses often become more balanced. This may help explain why diets rich in fruits like figs are consistently associated with better digestive health and lower levels of chronic disease. Adding figs to your routine is surprisingly easy. Fresh figs can be enjoyed on their own, while dried figs make a convenient snack. They also pair beautifully with oatmeal, yogurt, salads, and smoothies. And sometimes the first step toward reducing inflammation isn't adding something complicated. It's simply feeding the tiny allies already working inside your body every day. Because healing often begins where you least expect it. Number 2. The protective bulb hidden in plain sight. If someone asked you to name one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods on earth, garlic probably wouldn't be your first answer. Most people think of it as a simple seasoning, something added to meals for flavor and aroma. Yet for thousands of years, garlic was valued as far more than a cooking ingredient. Ancient civilizations throughout the Middle East relied on it as a source of strength, vitality, and protection long before modern science existed. What they couldn't explain at the time is what researchers are uncovering today. Garlic contains a powerful sulfur compound called allicin, which is released when fresh garlic is crushed or chopped. This natural substance is part of the plant's defense system, but it may also help protect the human body. Studies suggest that allicin and related compounds possess antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties that help combat oxidative stress, one of the major drivers of chronic inflammation. Think of oxidative stress as wear and tear happening inside the body every day. Over time, it can contribute to cellular damage, accelerated aging, and various health problems. The protective compounds in garlic help reduce that burden, supporting healthier function throughout the body. But garlic's benefits extend beyond inflammation alone. Research has shown that garlic may support cardiovascular health by helping maintain healthy circulation and supporting blood vessel function. Since chronic inflammation often affects the heart and circulatory system, these benefits may work together to promote overall wellness. What makes garlic especially remarkable is its ability to influence multiple systems at once. Rather than targeting a single area, its compounds interact with pathways related to immunity, circulation, and cellular protection. Nature rarely works through a single mechanism, and garlic is a perfect example. Adding it to your diet is easy, but there's one simple trick. After crushing or chopping fresh garlic, let it sit for about 10 minutes before cooking. This allows more allicin to form, helping preserve some of its beneficial properties. Garlic can be added to soups, vegetables, sauces, salads, and countless everyday meals. A small amount can make a meaningful difference over time. The remarkable thing is that one of nature's most protective foods has been hiding in plain sight all along. Because sometimes extraordinary healing comes disguised as an ordinary ingredient. And if you think garlic is impressive, wait until you see the next biblical superfood. It was so valuable in ancient times that it became known as liquid gold. Number 3. The liquid gold that fights silent inflammation. For thousands of years, olive oil was far more than food. It illuminated homes, anointed kings, and played a central role in daily life throughout biblical times. Considered a symbol of blessing and abundance, it was one of the most valuable resources in the ancient world. Today, modern science is revealing that this liquid gold may deserve its legendary reputation. Most people think of olive oil as a healthy fat, but what makes extra virgin olive oil truly special is its unique collection of plant compounds. One of the most studied is oleocanthal, a natural substance that has attracted scientific attention because of its anti-inflammatory properties. While olive oil is not a medication, researchers have found that oleocanthal interacts with inflammatory pathways in ways that help explain why olive oil has long been associated with better health outcomes. This may be one reason why populations that traditionally consume large amounts of extra virgin olive oil often experience lower rates of cardiovascular disease and healthier aging, but the benefits extend beyond the heart. Chronic inflammation can affect nearly every part of the body, including the brain. The antioxidants and polyphenols found in olive oil help protect cells from oxidative stress, the cellular damage that contributes to inflammation and age-related decline. Many people first notice inflammation through joint stiffness and discomfort. While no food can eliminate inflammation entirely, regularly consuming olive oil may help support a healthier inflammatory balance throughout the body. The key is choosing extra virgin olive oil. Less processed varieties retain more of the beneficial compounds responsible for its protective effects. Adding it to your routine is simple. Drizzle it over salads, vegetables, or soups, or use it as part of everyday meals built around whole foods. Perhaps that's why olive oil has remained valued for thousands of years. Ancient people didn't know about polyphenols or oleocanthal, but they recognized something important. This simple food consistently supported health and vitality. Sometimes the wisdom of generations is confirmed long before science catches up. And the next biblical superfood contains some of the most powerful antioxidants found in nature, hidden inside hundreds of jewel-like seeds. Number 4. The forgotten fruit packed with cellular protection. When most people think about powerful anti-inflammatory foods, pomegranates rarely come to mind. They're often overlooked in favor of trendy superfoods that dominate health headlines. Yet thousands of years ago, this vibrant fruit was considered one of nature's greatest treasures. In biblical times, pomegranates symbolized abundance, prosperity, and life itself. Their distinctive appearance, filled with hundreds of jewel-like seeds, made them a powerful representation of fertility and blessing throughout the ancient world. But what ancient cultures admired for its beauty, modern science now admires for a very different reason. Pomegranates contain some of the most potent antioxidants found in nature. One group of compounds, known as punicalagins, has attracted significant scientific attention. These powerful plant chemicals help combat oxidative stress, a process that contributes to chronic inflammation and accelerates cellular aging. In simple terms, oxidative stress is like rust forming inside the body. Over time, it damages cells, tissues, and organs, making it harder for the body to function at its best. The antioxidants found in pomegranates help slow that process down. In fact, researchers have found that pomegranates possess remarkably high antioxidant activity compared to many commonly consumed fruits. This may help explain why they have been associated with benefits for cardiovascular health, circulation, and healthy aging. And that's especially important because inflammation often begins where we cannot see it. Long before symptoms appear, inflammatory processes can affect blood vessels, placing stress on the cardiovascular system. Healthy circulation plays a critical role in delivering oxygen and nutrients throughout the body. And the compounds found in pomegranates may help support this vital function. But the benefits don't stop there. Scientists have also explored how pomegranate compounds may influence inflammatory markers throughout the body. While no single food can eliminate inflammation entirely, regularly consuming antioxidant-rich foods may help create an internal environment that is less favorable to chronic inflammatory activity. What makes pomegranates particularly fascinating is how nature packaged their protection. Instead of hiding their nutrients inside leaves or roots, it concentrated them within hundreds of small seeds, each one carrying a combination of fiber, vitamins, and protective plant compounds. Adding pomegranates to your diet is easier than many people think. The seeds can be sprinkled over salads, mixed into yogurt, blended into smoothies, or enjoyed on their own as a refreshing snack. Unsweetened pomegranate juice is another popular option, though choosing varieties without added sugar is important. And perhaps that's one of the most beautiful lessons this fruit teaches. Sometimes extraordinary strength comes in small pieces. A single seed may seem insignificant, but together, hundreds of them create one of nature's most powerful defenses against the wear and tear of time. The next biblical superfood takes a completely different approach. Unlike the fruit we've just explored, it doesn't fight inflammation through tart antioxidants alone. Instead, it does something far more surprising. It brings healing through sweetness. And its story stretches back through some of the most famous passages in biblical history. Number 5. The Sweet Healer. Ancient cultures revered honey is one of the few foods on earth that has remained virtually unchanged throughout human history. Long before pharmacies existed, long before scientists could identify antioxidants or beneficial enzymes, people across ancient civilizations viewed honey as something special. It wasn't merely a sweetener, it was nourishment, medicine, and a symbol of abundance. In the Bible, honey appears repeatedly as a representation of blessing and prosperity. The famous phrase, "a land flowing with milk and honey," wasn't just poetic language. It reflected the immense value that honey held in everyday life. But what made this golden substance so treasured for thousands of years? Modern science may finally have the answer. Most people hear the word honey and immediately think of sugar. And while honey certainly contains natural sugars, that is only part of its story. Unlike refined sugar, raw honey contains a complex mixture of plant compounds, antioxidants, enzymes, and trace nutrients that contribute to its unique properties. Researchers have identified numerous bioactive compounds in honey that may help combat oxidative stress and support a healthier inflammatory response. These compounds work by helping neutralize free radicals, the unstable molecules that can damage cells and contribute to chronic inflammation throughout the body. What makes honey especially fascinating is that its protective compounds originate from flowers. Bees collect nectar from countless blossoms, and in the process, many beneficial plant substances become concentrated within the honey itself. In a sense, every spoonful carries traces of an entire ecosystem. For centuries, honey was also used to support wound healing and recovery. While modern medicine has developed sophisticated treatments, researchers continue to study honey's unique properties and its ability to create conditions that may support the body's natural healing processes. But inflammation isn't only about wounds or physical discomfort. Many people experience chronic low-grade inflammation driven by stress, poor diet, lack of sleep, and environmental factors. Over time, this silent inflammation can affect energy levels, immune function, and overall well-being. Consuming antioxidant-rich foods like honey in moderation may help provide additional support against these daily challenges. The key word, however, is moderation. Not all honey is created equal. Highly processed varieties may lose some of the beneficial compounds that make honey special in the first place. Whenever possible, choosing raw or minimally processed honey helps preserve more of its natural qualities. Adding honey to your routine can be wonderfully simple. Stir it into tea, drizzle it over yogurt, use it as a natural sweetener in recipes, or enjoy a small spoonful alongside other whole foods as part of a balanced diet. Perhaps the most remarkable thing about honey is the lesson it offers. Thousands of bees spend countless hours gathering tiny amounts of nectar from individual flowers. Each contribution seems insignificant on its own, yet together they create something extraordinary. And maybe health works the same way. Small choices repeated consistently over time often produce the greatest transformation. The next biblical superfood follows that same principle. For thousands of years, travelers, shepherds, and entire civilizations relied on it for sustained energy and nourishment. But modern science has revealed that its benefits extend far beyond simple fuel for the body. And what it contains may surprise you. Number 6. The energy fruit that nourishes and defends. For thousands of years, dates were more than just food. They were survival. In the deserts of the Middle East, travelers, shepherds, and entire communities depended on dates for nourishment and energy. Date palms were among the most valuable resources in the ancient world, providing a reliable food source in harsh environments. It's no surprise that dates appear throughout biblical history and played an important role in everyday life. At first glance, dates seem like little more than nature's candy. Their sweetness causes many people to dismiss them as simply a sugary snack. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Dates contain an impressive combination of fiber, minerals, antioxidants, and plant compounds that support overall health. Researchers have identified powerful antioxidants in dates, including flavonoids, carotenoids, and phenolic acids. These compounds help combat oxidative stress, a major contributor to chronic inflammation and cellular aging. Think of oxidative stress as a slow-burning fire inside the body. Over time, it can damage tissues and contribute to many age-related health concerns. The antioxidants found in dates help the body manage this process and provide an extra layer of cellular protection. But one of their greatest strengths may be their effect on digestive health. Dates are naturally rich in fiber, which helps support a healthy gut microbiome. Scientists now understand that gut health plays a major role in regulating inflammation throughout the body. When beneficial gut bacteria thrive, they help support immune balance and overall wellness. Dates also provide important minerals, such as potassium and magnesium, which support muscle function, energy production, and normal bodily processes. Unlike many processed snacks that create a quick burst of energy, followed by a crash, dates provide a more balanced source of fuel when paired with other whole foods. This is one reason athletes often use them as a natural pre-workout snack. Adding dates to your routine is simple. Enjoy them on their own, add them to oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, or pair them with nuts for a satisfying snack. What makes dates so remarkable is that they remind us of a forgotten truth. Long before energy drinks and supplements existed, people relied on simple foods from nature to sustain them. Sometimes the most effective fuel for the body isn't found in a package or a bottle. It's found in the same foods that have nourished humanity for thousands of years. And now we've arrived at the final biblical superfood on our list, one that many people avoid, yet one that may hold one of nature's most overlooked anti-inflammatory secrets. Number 7. The forgotten biblical secret most people never eat. If there's one flavor modern society has almost completely abandoned, it's bitterness. Walk through any grocery store and you'll find foods designed to be sweeter, saltier, richer, and more intensely satisfying. Food manufacturers spend enormous amounts of time trying to eliminate bitter flavors because most people instinctively avoid them. But what if that instinct is causing us to miss one of nature's most powerful tools against inflammation? Thousands of years ago, bitter herbs held a special place in biblical traditions. They were consumed as part of important ceremonial meals and carried deep symbolic meaning. While they represented hardship and remembrance, they were also part of a dietary pattern that exposed people to plant compounds many modern diets lack almost entirely. Today, scientists are discovering something fascinating. The very compounds responsible for bitterness often happen to be some of the most biologically active substances found in plants. Bitter greens and herbs contain a variety of protective phytochemicals, including polyphenols, flavonoids, and other antioxidant compounds that help the body defend itself against oxidative stress and chronic inflammation. In other words, the flavor many people dislike may actually be nature's signal that something valuable is present. One of the first systems bitter herbs influence is digestion. The moment bitter compounds touch the tongue, they trigger a cascade of responses throughout the digestive tract. This can stimulate digestive secretions and help prepare the body to process food more efficiently. For centuries, traditional healing systems recognized this effect long before modern science could explain it, and digestion matters more than most people realize. A poorly functioning digestive system can contribute to nutrient deficiencies, gut imbalances, and inflammatory processes that affect the entire body. When digestion improves, the body is often better equipped to absorb nutrients and maintain overall health. Bitter herbs may also provide support for the liver, one of the body's most important detoxification organs. Every day, the liver helps process countless substances that enter the body through food, drink, and the environment. Supporting its function can play an important role in maintaining a healthy inflammatory balance. Some of the best-known bitter plants include arugula, chicory, dandelion greens, endive, and certain traditional herbs that have been used for generations. While they may not provide the instant pleasure of sugary foods, they offer something potentially far more valuable, nourishment that works quietly behind the scenes. The irony is hard to ignore. Modern diets are filled with foods engineered for immediate gratification, yet many of the foods that genuinely support long-term health require us to develop an appreciation for flavors that aren't immediately rewarding. Perhaps that's why bitter herbs are such a powerful metaphor for life itself. The things we resist are sometimes the very things we need most. and the same may be true for our health. The flavor that modern culture learned to avoid may be one of the oldest nutritional secrets humanity ever knew. When you step back and look at all 7 biblical superfoods we've explored today, a remarkable pattern begins to emerge. None of them were created in laboratories. None of them were marketed as miracle cures. None of them promised instant results. Yet every one of them has survived the test of time. For thousands of years, people continued to grow them, harvest them, share them, and pass them down through generations. And now modern science is uncovering many of the reasons why. Figs nourish the gut. Garlic protects the body. Olive oil delivers powerful plant compounds. Pomegranates defend cells. Honey provides natural healing properties. Dates fuel and nourish. Bitter herbs support digestion and balance. Different foods, different mechanisms, but one common purpose: helping the body function the way it was designed to. Maybe the greatest lesson isn't that these foods are extraordinary. Maybe it's that they've been available all along. The wisdom was never lost. We simply stopped paying attention. So here's a question for you. Which of these biblical superfoods surprised you the most? And which one are you most excited to add to your routine? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the hidden health wisdom of ancient foods, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss future discoveries. Thank you for watching. And remember, sometimes the most powerful solutions for modern problems can be found in the oldest wisdom of all.